roundwood table, not round the square or triangle. We come to hang at the game on Friday times we're able. We play well here in Camelot, we are chums and fun, but Camelot. We're nice at the roundwood table, our host is formidable. He runs his strange, loves insane, but sure he's quite unstable. He's hobby mad in Camelot, but seems never to have done a lot. Label, quite incomprehensible. The wrenching and we have no plan but to sit and hear Dodge babble. It's a lazy time in Camelot.
I have to shake my bum a lot.
This channel is a not-so-proud member of YouTube's all-encompassing special society of heavily overwhelmed layout enthusiasts. Check any railway show, check any railway club, check any layout, check your own house. You'll find one of us somewhere. Warning, the content of this stream is not suitable for children under the age of 16. The topic, language, themes, attitude, and personality of the presenter is not appropriate for anyone, much less children under the age of 16. Topics discussed will not center on trains and will focus on anything except politics. It just happens trains are running. Any similarity between characters, situations, trains, and intelligent thoughts is strictly a coincidence. Any rebroadcast or transmission of the stream without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Viewer discretion is advised. Remember the 3 rules for model train layouts and pretty much anything. It's your layout, do what you want as you want. Do not tell someone else what to do unless they ask you directly what they should do. Do not call out, mock, criticize, or insult another channel on your channel or anyone else's channel. Thank you for your cooperation.
See it, you'll love it, and it's all done in the best possible way.
Hey everybody, welcome to the great meeting hall of the Knights of the Rhomboid Table. It is Friday, January 9th. I hope you're all well. We just put Arty on a plane and then issued an all points bulletin for him. So if you see an Aussie, he's wanted for questioning in response to a lot of train heist and such. So keep an out for, I mean, the best way to tell is if you get a little smell of kangaroo or koala, it's probably Arty. So there'll be more on this as we go. Let's get straight into welcoming everybody that's here. I have not seen Mick yet, so we'll have to get somebody to get the Royal Mead Hall open. But anyhow, let's go through. We've got Sir Tim of Dowd is here. Sir Aaron, and by the way, Sir Tim of Dowd, the CEO of the Knights of the Rhomboid Table. Sir Aaron of Aaronville. We got Sir Andy81 is here. Great to see you here. Sir Lee from Anfield Road. Sir Chuck Schreiber. Sir Craig from CMD Models. Sir Pete and Dame Sue from Delft Junction, Sir Digger Evans. We got Sir Andy, the hot dog pilot, Sir Ifo van Zoon. We've got Sir Leslie of Gilpin. We have Sir Aaron from the Manshed Railroad. We've got Sir Andy from March West Junction. We got Sir Greg from Midsummer Railway and Scale. Great to have you here, our good friend Greg. We've got Dame Tammy and Sir Ray, who are, in fact, waiting to apprehend and put Arty into protective custody if they can catch him at the airport. Watch out, he's a slippery one. We've got Sir Clive from Newland Railway. We've got Sir Ray Bobel. And is that my daughter here? Kyan wants to say hello, Opa. Sir Kyan, Opa loves you. Almost not here yet. But it's nice to see you, Sir Kyan. I hope you're well. Shouldn't you? Well, no, you'd be picked up from school now. So my grandson Kyan and my daughter Lynn are here. Dame Mora is here. Great to have you here. Sir KJ is here. Sir Scott Wood is here. Sir Tom Couples is here. Sir Christopher from Gaijin, whatever, I can't remember the name of that. I feel bad, was here earlier. Sir Tom of Couples, our Sergeant at Arms. Sir Tom of Houston is here. And Sir Zader is here. Great to have you. Listening on the phone, so difficult to follow chat. Don't worry about that. There's not much you have to follow when I'm speaking. I hope you're out here. All coming and previous jokes aside, it was great to have Arty here for about 10 days or so. We did not do as much as maybe Joyce and I would have liked to done. Weather prevented us doing some things. And on top of that, Joyce and I are just rather boring people. We don't do a lot of fun activities, well, that we can talk of here. Yeah, it was great. We got a lot done. As you know from last week's live stream, we've got the Fowler car system. I have managed to get one. We have, what's the best way to put it? Is it 1, 2, 3? It's like 6 points of interest, and we've got 5 of the 6 working. We've got 5 of the 6 working. Arty helped. Arty got a lot of things sorted out, but it was a tag team. And one thing I do want to point out, I'll probably sound a little defensive about this. The last time I worked on the Fowler car in February, March of 2024, so almost 2 years ago, I had parts working. I just could not get the whole thing to work. There was always an area that, there were certain areas that weren't being consistent. There were certain areas that worked and kept working, and certain areas that we just couldn't get to work. And what Arty did was help me take it all the way back to step 1 and go through each individual piece. Because one of the things when you've worked on so long and you have certain things working, you're like, okay, well, that did work. So there's something else along the line not working. And sometimes, well, maybe this is slightly off, or maybe there's a wire loose in here. Stuff I had been checking, but Arty just took it back further along the chain to other places. So, yeah, it was, and Sir Dino is here. Howdy, Sir Dino. And did anybody else pop in? Because I think Dino was here earlier, but hadn't typed in a bit. So, yeah, it's great. And I managed to get another turnout working. We knew it was working. It was, why wasn't it working? And we found out there was a faulty bit on one of the modules. There was a faulty wire here. Sensors were faulty. In other words, the sensor would work for a bit. And Fowler tells you that the more you run the cars, the more you run it, the motors and both in the car and the turnout switches can overheat and they will stop working for a while. So yeah, it was just kind of crazy. But yeah, we've got it working. The most consistent it's worked in a few years, but we got it where certain motors have worked 100% of the time. What the heck was that? Boop, 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 boop. Stupid Facebook. So yeah, that was great. We took Arty to a hockey game, the local minor league hockey team, the Toledo Walleye, and he had a blast with that, clearly. We took him and showed him some of the local historical sites like Fort Meigs, where a couple of battles were fought during the War of 1812, and also where the Battle of Lake Erie was fought. 44 degrees Celsius. Ugh, too hot. So yeah, we got a lot of things going. Arty, I had been working on the 00 Hornby 00 Virgin HST, and I had it up on my workbench, and Arty just said, all right, well, how far have you gone? And I said, I've gone up to here. What was your next step? Tear the motor apart, clean it, and then maybe redo the soldering. Arty said, I'll do it. And bam, he's got it working. He found one of the problems that I was also trying to figure out, but he got it. And so we've got that running today. And we tried to fix a couple of things that we couldn't fix. And yeah, it was just, it's been a wild time. And just like the advent calendars tick down and make the Christmas season go by fast, there's so many things that make this season go by. The 10 days with Arty just came and went in a blur. I mean, at times you may not think so. The worst thing was eating, is because when we don't have guests, Joyce and I don't really eat dinner. We eat just a light dinner anymore. And with Arty here, Joyce had to have dinners for Arty. She had to cook for Arty. Although I did too. I made my lasagna and I made my veal, my Swiss style veal. And then Joyce put on all these big meals each evening, and it's like, so yeah, he earned his stay. He earned his keep. He didn't have to earn his keep, but he did a lot of things and messed about, and I showed him a few things, and we got we had a good time. We went to Ormondy's. If I didn't mention that, I took him to my local European model train shop, which is 2 hours east of us. He had a good time there. And of course, Arty from Australia, but is of Hungarian descent and speaks Hungarian. And Mr. Ormondy, who runs this 3-rail train shop, but he also has American 2-rail and O-gauge stuff. He's was born in Hungary and speaks the old language. And so he actually got a kick out of speaking Hungarian with Arty. So that was kind of cool. So, yeah, and I forgot to bring him over here. I did buy, I only bought a couple little things. I bought a little Tyco transformer to use as a power supply to the lights on my station, because that's another thing I worked on while Arty was here that I worked on. I got all my lights going again, or I should say all the platform lights are going again. And I am now working on getting my remote signs, the billboard signs going again. I just got to get the little Arduino Wi-Fi boards that Dale Schultz made for me. I got to get them to give me their Wi-Fi signal again. I had them written down somewhere, but you should be able to reset them and they will come up with their Wi-Fi signal again. And then I can start posting the bus and train times on those little boards again. So yeah, it's been great. Hey, Sir Rick from Rick's Trains. Nice to have you here. And we did go to Tony Paco's and meet up with Rick. And then we went up to Rick's and watched him run trains for a while. Had a great chat for a couple hours, three hours, whatever it was. Met for lunch at Tony Paco's, the famous Tony Paco's. If anybody knows MASH TV show, the character cleaner was always talking about Tony Paco's. So anyhow, lots I could talk about, but let's get some trains going. And you know, I do post a picture usually, and I always list out what trains I'm running, so you get an idea of what I'm running. No real theme today, just things I hadn't run in a while or things I'd been working on. And okay, so, you know, we'll run them. So on line 1, we are running Just did some PVA stuff, taking forever to dry in this gold. Yeah. So in line 1, we've got an Austrian inner city, Euro city. So we will get that going for you here. I got to quit watching. I'm watching my YouTube studio, which is about 3 seconds behind my actual screen. The screen I'm looking at on StreamYard is about a second behind the main screen, so that's not too bad. Line 2, I'm running a Czech EC pulled by a Czech Vectron 193. I tried working on my 371 a bit while Arty was here, but the decoder is dead, and we're just waiting for a new decoder to come in. We confirmed it is the decoder. On another one, we confirmed it was that the decoder died, but something else died on my 442. So I'm really... Uh-oh. The one thing is I haven't run the train since Arty left, and Arty was doing his little banditry last night, and I didn't get around to making sure. So he did bump a couple of things off. The obvious ones I did catch up with, but line 3, we have the Blue Tiger pulling the container freight. Okay, I keep hearing, I think one of the, I think I know which one because it acted up a bit the other day when I first set these out. Its coupler locks up a bit. But maybe it'll get smoothed out as we get going. I will try to run trains slower just so people can go on, but I do like to get them some speed. All right, and then in line 4, we have the Metronome. MR Engineer, I have a little bit of everything. I've got Roco, Piko, and yes, I've got true scale. I've got 193.5, 195, and I have that. I use short couplers when I can, but certain vehicles, certain cars don't like the short couplers, so I have to go with Relics or the Roco version of Relics couplers. Sometimes short couplers just don't agree on certain cars because it's not all. Okay, so I got to get this guy going out. I have a Danish early Era 5 with an Era 6 Vectron again. So I do have a couple of Vectrons running. Whoops, hang on. No, we better, hang on. I got to stop everything just for a second. I forgot I moved screen on this and it gets a little funky when I do that. There we go. That'll be a little better. Had that guy going off at warp speed. Uh-oh. Where did you leave your freight here, dude? Huh. What's up with that? All of a sudden, notice my Blue Tiger didn't have his freight with him, and it's this guy again. Oh, why are you suddenly uncoupling all the time? That darn coupler. All right. Do you think you can be agreeable and not be such a jerk? Yeah, you're sticking, aren't you? Okay. So anyhow, sorry about that. I've had a slight uncoupling, you know. This is what when Arty was filming some of the stuff he was filming, he was, you know, working on the table, and I did not run the trains because there were a couple of cars that were bumped over and I readjusted them, but I can't guarantee I caught everything. So there might be a couple of bugs to start off early. And then the big pride and joy, you might see in the back, it's been a long time since he ran,
But while fixing locos, I grabbed this guy and started messing with it. And Arty and I started messing with it. I thought the decoder had blown, but we heard the motor humming when we got it on the work table. So we found there was a little piece that actually had loosened up, a little screw had loosened up and was jamming the gears. But the motor was so quiet, you couldn't hear the motor. So everything was fine on it, just had to tighten that little screw. So way in the back, we have the little EP36. So I will try to get him in motion. And then I'll get the guys on the floor going. All right, Blue Tiger, what's going on, man? First you're uncoupling and now you're kind of slowing down. Hey, Sir Jim of Dundas is here. Agreed, KJ. I agree. It's your layout can dictate. Now, the thing is, like, if you look closely at my Austrian cars right here in the front, you'll notice they're two different lengths because I got some Rocos at true 187 scale and some Märklins at 195 scale. So they're not the same. But when it's moving and you don't know that they're different scales, you don't really notice. But I just, I wanted a bunch of them. I was in Vienna, went into Bannert's toy store in Vienna, Austria, and they had 3 Märklin and 3 Roco. And I needed some Austrian IC wagons, Zero Firma wagons, whatever you want to call them. And so I bought all 6. My attitude was it was better to have some than none. All right, so let me get what's on the floor. Going. So we'll go to floor cam. And on the floor, we're running HSTs. Making its first full appearance ever on the live stream is the Virgin HST. And on the other side is on the outside will be the Inner City Swallow Livery HST, if I can talk these guys into going. The Virgin needs a little encouraging. And hello, Sir Anthony from Choberton Junction. Bonsoir, Titi Ari. Ça va? C'est Titi Ari. And Sir Gary from Leicester Station, TMD is here. Nice to have you. Huh. What is causing that pause? Okay, now you're pausing there for some reason. Well, I think that's true of all virgins, Peter. Otherwise, they wouldn't be virgins. I better hide. But Rick, you don't have any HO track, and you definitely don't have 3-rail HO track. And yes, I do love that blue. I do love that Blue Tiger. I absolutely love that Blue Tiger, and I always screw up because Andy 81 gave me one, and Dirk from who used to be Ohio Steam and Steel, and now he's collector of anachronistic plastic things or whatever his channel is called. I'm sorry, Dirk. Brain's not working today. Hello, Sir Darren. Welcome in. Yikes. That does not sound good, James. I am sorry to hear that. Hello, Sir David from Scott Rails. Great to have you here. And of course, David will be live streaming, I assume, later tonight. Now starting his climb towards 15,000 subs after breaking 10,000 here just before the end of the year. Huh. My blue tiger's acting up. Trying to figure out why. Probably needs a cleaning. Well, I might just replace and put somebody else in his space. All right, I'm going to see if that's his problem, because he's just getting worse and worse. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was that stupid car or what. All right, I had to take you off the show last time I ran you because you were being a fatwab. I'll see if it's this car, because sorry about that. A little bit of road maintenance real quick. I want to see if this is what's causing the blue tiger to act up. All right, let's see. Oh, well, I'm really sorry about that, Dave. I know you mentioned it before that you had dental, so very sorry to hear that. Pete says not been on Delta for years. It is possible. I have not cleaned my track in a little while, but when it's, again, things were running fine. I'm just trying to see, but more than likely the locomotive is having a bit of an issue. Whoops, not that one, not that one. Yeah, I'm just going to replace him today. I think it's him, not the track. Hey, who wants to run freight today? Oh, let's go with you. We'll put out the other big fella. But yeah, it's the blue tiger is having fits. I'll work on it. Ooh, did my live stream just freeze? The trains are stopping. I think my blue tiger is having issues. So I'm going to replace it and see. I'm just going to see if it's the blue tiger causing the problem. Where's my road railer? I'm going to try to do this without turning all the trains off, which means I could short everybody out. So either that or some of the wiring we were messing with has affected the train. Because otherwise I'm going to look and see who else is acting up a little bit. Because again, I did run these on Tuesday when I set them up, and everybody ran fine. Now, again, I only ran them for a couple of laps, but everybody was running fine. So I could just find out what this loco is. But as you know, turn on the cameras and somebody else just because maybe this will. That was weird. Too far, not too far. Good. There you are. All right. So it's not the blue tiger because something. Who is causing the issue? Because again, we could have had spare parts from wires popping in or clicking on something. I'm trying to see who might be causing the issues because they just all did that and the blue tiger's off. Hey, Sir Dwight, how are you? Well, the thing is, there's something that is creating a subtle buffer. It could be one of the Danish cars because I've had problems with one of those, but I thought I took the one out. I do know one of the buffers is locking up on my Austrian train. But we'll just see if we can get everybody going and having a good time here. Sometimes it takes half an hour for things to. Aha! I think I found the culprit. I'm going to stop him for a second and see if that's it. All right, I'm going to stop him and then see if everybody else is going. Now, let's get that Danish guy sped up. He's going really slow. The metronome's going kind of slow. Doo-doo-doo. I think I may have found the culprit. All right, let's get a different angle going here. Yeah, exactly, Tom. That's exactly the one, which is why it's at the end. So it's not messing anybody else up. And yes, I have turned it around. See, when I have these problems, I first start to see if it seems to be a loco. And early on, I was noticing the blue tiger kept stopping, but I took the blue tiger off and it stopped. So now what I do is I look at each train as it goes over points, because that's likely the next culprit, is that one of the points is not completely closed or one of the cars is not fully on the rail. And I think we just had to stop there, but that was the first one. So now I'm watching. I stopped one train, and that seems to have stopped a lot of problems because I saw it was bouncing on one of the turnouts. The little guy on the inside rail was bouncing every time it went over this turnout. It shouldn't be bouncing. So that's why I go quiet, because I'm watching one train. I look to see what happens, and I literally look across the entire table and see where is everybody at when it happens. If I notice that somebody's kind of in the same place, then I know there's a location. But when you're running 8 trains, well, 6 trains up above, when you're running 6 trades, it can take a little detective work before you start saying, aha, every time that one goes there, this is happening. So this time I narrowed it down and saw the one guy acting up, and I noticed it bumped over the I'm still keeping my eyes on the Danish one because I'm not sure he's not having a problem, but it was not the blue tiger. I could put him back on, but at this time, why bother? But again, Arty and I were doing a lot of work on the Fowler car over the tracks. Could have a piece got picked up. I did vacuum over the tracks, but I haven't scrubbed the tracks because I was entertaining. But I usually source the problem. Yeah, that one is flickering, Brian, because that is a homemade wire job by me. And so where I soldered it onto the pickup, it might be rubbing. So now we just had a complete short. Who did that? This is going to be a little bit of fun today, apparently. Aha! Problem found. Finally, problem found. Yep. Okay. Well, I should have gone with my second instincts. I was hearing some clids. So, okay, it wasn't the little green guy. So I can put him back in motion. But at least now I know what it was. And it was on the Austrian train. And it was the last car. I'll show you what the problem actually was in a minute. It's going to take me a second to get a couple trades going because we did a full reboot and my handheld things. Could you finish loading so I can put it in motion again? But it was not the Danish car as I was leaning towards, and it wasn't the little guy in the middle either. So let's put him back in motion. Oop, wrong way, fella. So bear with me. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a crazy few days. And like I said, everybody ran smooth on Tuesday when I set them up, but that doesn't mean they'll keep running smooth. I should put the Blue Tiger back on just out of principle, but I'll run it next week. I couldn't decide whether to run the Blue Tiger or my 159, and I went with the 159. But okay, let me show you what the problem was. So, you know, this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. Whenever you're watching a channel, you see problems and you think, well, when I have that problem, it's this. But this is going to sound really douchey, but it's my layout. I know how things work and do my detective work. And yes, I can guess wrong, but eventually I did name it as my second theory. And that's why I started watching stuff. But I'll show you what happened. This is the car that was at the end. This is the one I was told you was having bumper lock. Well, the problem is, not bumper lock, coupler lock. Okay. It was having coupler lock. So I just had a major short out on the system. But the thing is, you look at the coupler and you go, okay, that coupled up. It seems to be okay. But this is an older Märklin car and it comes pre-lit. And the way it gets its power, remember I run 3 rail, is it's got a ski. I don't know if you can see that, but the ski is bent off of its mount. The ski is not accurate. So it's creating short outs, but it would also start making it catch going around curves. That's what you were seeing, Tom Houston. When you see it catching going around curves, the ski is not riding over the top of the nubs in the track. It's now riding along the side and creating a drag and creating temporary shorts. So it's not a difficult fix. You just got to bend it in and over. I'm not going to put it back on. But now, is it possible? Hey, so Raymond of Legs is here. Yes, Raymond, I have already heard from about 5 people that are, already going because I do the Märklin new items catalog and they just have to point out, well, that class 80 isn't as good as the ESU class 80. Who cares? You can buy the ESU or you can buy the Märklin. It's not like Märklin's forcing their BR80 on you. Whoops. Okay, time for a little non-dental surgery. Get that clipped and get you bent back over where you belong. Come on, over where you belong, dude. Uh-oh. Somebody just derailed. Oh, those stupid cars derailed. As soon as I get one thing fixed, something else happens. Let's shut him down. I'm just having trouble with the freight train today. I'm going to shut him down temporarily while sorting out one problem and just having... The gremlins are back. The gremlins have actually been gone the last couple of weeks, but apparently they're back from Christmas break. Because, yeah, I'm... Why did you guys uncouple? Everybody else is running fine now. I sort the problem, and now you got to act up. But why are you guys just randomly uncoupling? Is there a bump somewhere? Okay, caught it. It's always something weird. Oh, why did you guys uncouple? All right, I'm going to park you here. Let's have the 159 come back where I can do this more easily. Oh, I'm just ignoring the chat today. Yes, train disasters, no matter what country they're from, are a disaster. Let me get you off so you're not seeing. Yeah, this is weird. The K line, the two sets of K lines uncoupled. So yeah, had an uncoupling earlier, and all of a sudden an uncoupling here. Not sure why they're acting up, but we'll just... Oh, that point is acting up. I better go check. That might be the problem. That's that bad point. I bought a new one to replace it. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet because I have to tear up my my layout to replace it. All right. Woo. All right, let's see if we can get this guy into action and not have any more silliness. Dude. Other way. You got Hecky trees? I didn't know Hecky made trees. Then again, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Hey, Sir Rabel Bell, how are you? Yeah, the parrot. Even Arty's eyes lit up at the parrot. The papagayi. Yeah, the Czech papagayi. Arty's eyes lit up at that. And if you watch my video, I reacted very positively to it. I'm not going to buy it. Wrong era. And I've got enough steamers. I have. Trust me, there were 3 or 4 steamers that if I only had a couple of steamers and wanted to get one more, I would buy from Märklin's catalog this year. They had some nice ones. The 03, the 015. They had a few really sharp looking. They had a few sharp looking ones there. But there we go. The ones that really caught my eye, but now as I'm going back and looking through the catalog and the video, the IC coaches, what attracts me to them is they kind of look like a modern sculpt when I first saw them. Again, when I film that video, guys, I don't look at the video. I don't read what they've written about it, and I don't edit it. It's live reaction. That's why I call it first impressions. So you're getting my reaction. I'm not even reading it and then saying, well, here's what it says. And that's the gimmick, if you want to call it that, with that video. So I was very excited because those IC coaches looked very sleek. And then as I went back and looked at the catalog more in detail after posting the video, which is what I always do, I started looking at them and going, those look like the Metropolitan coaches repainted. And then Ifo and somebody else, I think it was Dirk from Chesty Trains, both mentioned they're the Metropolitan coaches. So now I'm wondering, what I was excited about it is that they're all lit up because my Deutsche IC coaches are not lit up, and they have that they have the new I should say new, but they couple like the IC4. So they're going to have a lot more functions, a lot of cool things you can do with the lights in them. But if they're not really prototypical to what's running now, then maybe I don't want them. If they're just repainted Metropolitans and not accurate to the current era, because the whole idea is that they're Era 6 coaches, not Era 5s repainted. Still having little stutter steps, but that guy was the big problem. He's why we had the short outs, and we still not getting that ski on. I'm going to have to do more work with it. It's really tough. I might have to take the bogey off and put it back on that way. But yeah, I really... Yeah, I did not look at the price of the parrot since I wasn't interested in buying it. So I was kind of excited about those IC coaches, but my excitement is waning a bit when I realize, okay, I think they are just Metropolitan cars repainted and not accurate. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how they're looking. And since two other people mentioned it, I'm two people that know more than me. It was just something with Lean 3, I think. Whew, he is not going to come undone right now. Hey, Monsville, how are you? Yeah, I really like the TGV. The Route 4 car set I would get for about $580, $590 if I bought from Lipa, but then the tariffs would turn around and make it $800. So might as well see what it's going to cost to get from an American shop. But the three or four additional two-car sets are all over $200 each. So by the time you buy it all, even if I get a Lipa discount, it's going to be somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500. So I want a TGV, but wow, that just feels like a lot of money. Hello, Stefan, skål! Yeah, well over €1,000. Yes. Now, granted, I could buy the basic 4-car set and one intermediate set and then try to pick up the others as I go along. But I have a trip to the UK I'm trying to figure out. And by the way, folks, I posted that bit yesterday about the air flight. It doesn't mean we're not going. I said I can't go if I can't find cheaper flights. Now, I have found a couple of airlines that are offering cheaper flights, but I have to sit in the smallest seats there are. I have to sit in the El Cheapo economy class, and my 6'4" frame does not like that idea at one bit. For the last few years, Joyce and I have flown in Comfort Plus, and we've enjoyed that immensely. I get actual leg room. So that's lovely to actually have leg room where I'm not kicking the person in front of me all the time. There, finally. Wow, you were a mofo. So let's just put you back in the box. I'd still like to see what's causing the slowdown. At least we're not shorting out anymore, but we still haven't just... No, Tom. Air Canada. We flew from Air Canada with Air Canada for the trip in 2022 to the UK, and the coming back trip, even going over was chaos, and coming back was just awful. The first time we flew with Air Canada, it was very nice, and it was also a lot cheaper, but Air Canada is not any cheaper, even their cheap seats. And the thing is, it's just going to the UK. I could fly the comfort coaches or comfort seats to Germany for only a couple $100 more than I'm paying for than I will pay for the low economy seats to go to the UK. My goal is to go to the UK this year. I've got a lot of reasons I want to. And I have found both with Delta and KLM cheap enough seats that, yes, we can afford to go. It just means sitting in the more cramped seats. I've enjoyed the last couple of years flying comfort, but the price of comfort. Last year we flew to Germany for in Comfort Plus, and it was about $3,400. The price for Delta for Comfort Plus to the UK this year, to London, was $6,000. To Ireland, $5,000. And then you still got to get over to the UK from Ireland. So whether you rent a car or take a hopper flight, you're back up to that $6,000 price range. And that's before we even book where to stay. So it's really, really frustrating. But, you know, for an 8-hour flight to Heathrow, I'll pop a couple of my pills and kind of zone out. Maybe I won't notice that I'm kicking the person in front of me all the time. Or the worst thing is, because Joyce has to go to the bathroom a lot on flights, and she has to sit by the window. So she always has to wake me up and get me to move so she can go to the bathroom. And that means if I'm sleeping and then she wakes me up, I'm kicking the back of the person in front of me. I feel very guilty about that. Hey, Sir Dave. Yeah, I'm not doing that one, Digger. So, yeah, so, you know, the last time Joyce and I went to the UK, we flew in 2022 was the first time we flew comfort with Air Canada, and it was about $2,600. We drove up to Windsor. Now, in 2022, Canada still had their they still had the COVID border restrictions, so you had to fill out all this stuff and everything else to get across the border. But we drove up to Windsor. Our flight to Toronto was canceled, but they just crammed all of us onto, oh my God, what is going on with my freight train? Oh, again. Who uncoupled this time and why? So there is somebody on one of the cars on the freight train is causing issues. It's something different each time, and it's always over here. Huh. Come on, Mehano. I know you're cheap plastic, but you should be able to handle this. And you're not the problem. I would like to find out what is causing this problem on the freight car. This is the third different place it's uncoupled. All right, let's get everybody else moving again. This is going to be one of those days, my friends. Now, see, you just uncoupled. Why are you guys uncoupling? I would like to know what the is going on, man. Let's drop the phone while I'm at it. Oh, it's one of those days. Anything that can go wrong is going wrong today. Oh. Woo. Yeah, they're all still doing the stop and go, but I'm moving the freight train. So, yeah, but the freight train has been the one that is acting up, uncouplings and I am not finding anything to suggest who's. Yeah, I know. I put that in your way. Sorry. I thought there was enough room for you. But, yep, still searching. Do I have anything metal on this track? Not that would be creating that problem. Half a train again. Did they just uncouple? Yep. Oh. All right. I'm just done with this container train today. Yep. Uncoupled again. Still think it's that car. That might be the other problem. Sorry, that was me stopping everybody. Whoo! Hey, Stormy guys, and hey, Rick the Switcher, how are you? Well, Tom, the thing is they keep uncoupling in different places. That is a totally new one on me. It keeps uncoupling. We lost that. What? All the geniuses are here. No, it's uncoupling in different places. No, both the Blue Tiger and the 159 that I've had running on line 3 are hesitating and pausing at the top of the line 3 on the up the ramp area. So I went over there to look to see if there was something on the track and maybe buff up the tracks a bit. Dominic. Hey, Dominic. Hello, Sir Dominic. How are you? The Herbie's cool. I grew up on the Herbie movies as a little kid, so Herbie's always cool. No, that was a little better. What about... And I'm now derailed. Oh my God, this freight train is just got more problems today. Why is the freight train just being goofy? There is something up with the freight today. Huh. Oh well. Yeah, Zeta, they're moving. Trust me, guys. despite some appearances, I know how to investigate this, especially when the problem is changing. So is there something, some little particle that got on over there? Because again, Arty and I were doing a lot of work over there, a lot of snipping, a lot of cutting. We vacuumed up, but it doesn't mean we got everything. All right, Mara, thanks for stopping by. Did I see Daz Faulkner is here? Hello, Sir Daz. How are you? Hello, Sir Josh Cannon. Welcome in. This freight train has run on this live stream hundreds of times without needing to shorten it. And I'm not going to find the problem until I get to watching it and doing it. You guys are watching on screen. I'm here. I know what's going on here. I may not know what's causing the problem, but I know how to look for it and I know how to see it. But because I found the one problem that was causing the shorts. We're still having a little stuttering, but we haven't had the short outs that I had since I removed that one car with the ski off. Yes, they do, Josh. Trains do have a mind, but there's always a singular root to certain problems. Some, you know, like if you have the same problem in the same place, then you can really source the problem. But, you know, how many live streams have I run my freight train, my long container train, and never had problems? Today, I'm having it uncoupling, but it's on line 3. So a train that's run line 1, line 2, line 3, hundreds of times in the last 5 years. And all of a sudden today, it's suddenly having these little coupling problems, even when it's in the same order it usually is. Then you got to figure out what it is. Now, since I'm having these problems, I had the problems with the Blue Tiger and now with the 159, then it's something on line 3. There's something on line 3, and it seems to be up here. So I'm trying to see what the problem is. But the thing is, everybody goes through the litany. Well, clean the track. Oh, change this, do that. It's like, just, you guys just watch the live stream and let me try to source where the problem is. I usually get them sorted. This one's proven to be a little bit more of a bugger. So there is something on line 3 that is causing the problems. Because there we just had 2 stops in a row. And next week, different trains and either no problems or different problems. Hey, Sir Tom of Tom's Märklin. And there it's going up the incline. It's having a problem. And this is that new guy. And so what are you catching on? I don't think you caught on anything. I don't think you caught on that wall. Well, hello, Hornby Man 4474. I thought you've been here before, but you're not knighted. And I declare you the knights of the rhomboid table. You like the little guy there? Yeah, that's a pre-World War I. It's about 1910, little electric locomotive that has a boiler in it to produce heat for the other cars. And there I just saw that again. All right. Yep. All right. So let's see if that's the other problem. No, it's not the same cars unhooking. It's totally different cars unhooking. You know, I've run trains for a while. I kind of figured that out. And at the same time, he did that. All right, let's stop this guy. Yep, there we go. All right, got him. Okay. Let's see if how that does now. Is usually when you have this kind of a problem that I'm having here, where there's just intermittent things going on with them, it's usually a point issue, something going over a point wrong. Now, as far as the freight train uncoupling, since it's different cars uncoupling at different places, it's not the same car. It's something on line 3. And again, like I said, Arty and I were doing a lot of work over the track. We could have little bits, tried to clean up, but we may have missed something and it's just getting bumped along the track. And, you know, wheel of one car hits the bump this time, and that uncouples. Are you knocked out of your socket? No, you're in your socket. But now let's see if we can go a bit without the slowdown. I want to see if I may have finally sourced it. Arty is on the ground in South Carolina. Good. Hopefully he's not tied up in a, well, actually, I hope he is tied up in a chair, because yes, I did. I did see the new Hornby Class 37 Police. It's kind of cool. I do eventually, and that was one of the things I want to pick up if we go to if Joyce and I go to the UK this year, is I do want to pick up a Class 37. I'd like to pick up a couple more of those Scott Rail coaches I have, and then a Class 37. And then somewhere down the line, I might pick up either off of eBay or something like that, a little bit of British freight. The other things I'd like to get is a proper consist of non-identical coaches, LNER, Greshly Teak coaches to go with the Mallard, add some proper LMS coaches to go with the Duchess of Sutherland. You have security ready for him. Oh, that's all right. You just wait till my little video comes out. You're going to find out how much security he has to deal with. But I'll wait till he gets his other videos up when he goes home. But Joyce and I I've already kind of written a script to deal with Arty. There, your lights are on. Okay. Yep. So you're running fine. You three guys were running fine. All of a sudden that, and I haven't had that problem since I removed that car. And since I increased your speed, let's knock on wood, because we have now gone about 5 minutes without any of the issues we had the first hour. We've gone 5-10 minutes. Knock on wood. All right, let's change cameras. I'll leave this camera on for... Yeah, some sort of matching cars to go with it. I do say, if I want to start a, not a rant, if I don't want to call it a rant, but a commentary on model train companies. I hate it when a model train company releases a loco and have no matching coaches to go with it, especially when it's a novelty coach. For example, when Märklin released the British Flying Scotsman, they should have had a small set of coaches to go with the Flying Scotsman. They should have had some British coaches to go with the Flying Scotsman, because you can't say, oh, well, just use some 00 scale coaches, because the scale looks wrong when you have 00 on an HO. Now, yes, you could go back in the past, and Lima made HO coaches, and I've got a few, but it took a little while of hunting and fighting on eBay before I could find some, and it took a lot of help from you wonderful people on the other side of the camera. But I hate when they do that. Like last year, Märklin released a... or the year before, they released a Railjet. Uh-oh. What happened there? Huh. Somebody else just uncoupled. Come here, you. What is going on? The uncoupling demons are out today. Did you leave some cars somewhere? Nope, they're all here. Well, you know what? Somebody is getting the shop vac out and running over all these, because I think we got some small piece of something is out there causing the issues. There's got to be some small piece, because all of a sudden the Czech Railjet out of the blue just derailed. I'm just going to pause everything for a second. Don't panic. Well, you can only see. I just want to put this guy on track. Well, what the heck? What did you uncouple for, guys? Whoops, wrong way. Oh. Well, that's not good. Well, we're going to have to go find that piece. Aha. And of course, it falls off right where I can't reach it. What in the Sam Hill? All right, I'm just going to turn everybody else back on while I try to figure out what the hell just happened here. The coupler mounting mechanism completely fell off my Czech. That's just sort of, okay, the Gremlins win today. Holy crap. Roco, did you not install that correctly? That's freaking hilarious. How did that happen? Hey, did my buddy Sir Christopher's there? Hey, gaijin no Nihon Densha I had to jinx it by saying everything was running well. All right, let's just go with this coupler here. That's absolutely hysterical. That's a new one. All right, there will be a brief pause while we put this back on the rail, but that's crazy. That's a new one. Hopefully I put it back on the way it was supposed to be. Yep. Okay. Now I got to turn them around because I turn them around. That's weird. The entire NEM pocket fell off. And that's why the Czech Railjet uncoupled. It just, the whole NEM just popped out of its socket and fell off. That's when the Gremlins are just like, we gave you 3 weeks off. We're back at you. And I guess that's for the 3 years where I didn't have Gremlins. It's just lately, all of a sudden, all these little things acting up, and it's always something new and different. I am just really, I don't know. I'm going to blame Arty. Can't blame Heath. So anyhow, Sir Christopher, how are you? Lovely videos you've been posting the last couple of weeks with your Japanese N-Gauge stuff. And if you guys don't know, this is Christopher from Christopher's Hobby Blog and his other hobby page, because he's got 3 different, because just depending on what he's doing. There's Continental Christopher for his European trains. And then there is, say it with me 3 times fast, Gaijin no Nihon Densha I. And I probably totally fudged that one up. But that beautiful layout he just built. It's a new layout, and he's been running all these new gorgeous trains he's added to his Japanese collection, and it's just mind-blowing. But we haven't had a slowdown since I took this one car off. We had a strange uncoupling because something has to go wrong today. Yeah. I am definitely confused. Lot of weirdness today. Oh, Thank you, Daz. I mean, I like you guys all subscribing to each other. Everybody subscribe to everybody. Although I'm a hypocrite when I say that. I am not subscribed to nearly as many channels as are subscribed to me, but that's because I watch every minute of every video that a channel I'm subscribed to puts up. Now, sometimes I'm watching 3 videos at a time. But if I were subscribed to, say, 1,000 channels, it would be impossible to watch all the videos. I've even got a couple of channels I love, and it's hard because they'll post 10 videos a day. It's like, I can't keep up with all these. Because I'm under no obligation. It's just, it's how I am as a person. I consider you a friend. You post a video, I'm going to watch your video. So, yeah, and sometimes it's like that. Something jiggles loose somewhere. I mean, the one thing is, it's definitely not the power wires, because I only have 2 power wires running this. If one power wire comes loose, the whole thing's off. The beauty of ACee, you don't need as much additional bus joints, along the layout. So you do 00 gauge. Yeah, and 00 gauge is awesome. Love 00 gauge. I keep stopping on this one. I am not going through my camera. Sorry, I've been distracted trying to sort out all these bizarre problems today. But once Joyce gets here, she can be the eye candy while I still try to take care of things. But again, I think I've solved the slowdown problem. Because uncoupling, different trains in different places, that's just gremlins. But yeah, I had, where'd I put the little dude? This little dude on the inner rail was bouncing over the point here and sparking, but it wasn't doing it. It wasn't creating the slowdown every time, but I started watching it. But every time there was a slowdown, this guy was bouncing over that point. I've taken him out, and the other car. So again, why this guy was bouncing over the point, the other cars aren't. Was he just coupled awkwardly? Because this car, it's been a long time since it's run the inside loop. But yeah, it just you gotta go through the checklist. The big short outs were being caused by that other car that had the bent ski. Just, I don't know if that happened while Arty and I were playing around with things, because Arty's I don't want to give away the goofiness we've been doing, but if you guys know me and Arty, with Arty having stayed here 2 weeks, a lot of goofiness is to follow. There's a lot of crazy stories going to be going on on our 2 channels about each other. Hey, Sir Kieran. James is not sparking. Well, that's good, James. You shouldn't be sparking. I shouldn't be sparking, but yeah, this guy was bouncing every time it went over that point. So I don't know if the axle or the coupler was locking up, but as soon as I've taken it off, the car right behind it is running just fine on that point, and this guy was bouncing. And it's why I tell everybody, hold your suggestions, hold your comments on what you think it is. I'll work it out. It just, when you're running 6 big trains and a couple of them are acting silly, like the freight train with its little uncoupling issues, that was a distraction because I'm thinking, is that the problem? But the uncoupling itself, that's one problem, but it shouldn't be causing and I thought I solved it when I took the one car off. Well, that solved the short outs, but it didn't solve the slowdowns. That was this guy, apparently, because we're going, what are we going now? About 30 minutes without a slowdown since I took it off. Everything's running smooth other than that bizarre bit with it's just, you have to laugh at it or you punch a hole in the wall. And I may laugh about it now and punch a hole in the wall later, because I don't like it when I have issues on this. But anybody who watches this, even when I have gremlins, it's something different. It's never, oh, I have this problem on this corner of my track, or I have this problem there. It's always, oh, today this car is just going to keep shorting something out, or today these two cars are going to uncouple, and then I'll move them around if it's where you see it's the same problem. But today it's been, well, somehow with how I set things up. And again, everything ran well on Tuesday, but between Tuesday and today, Arty and I were futzing around with stuff where, I mean, if you saw Arty's video today, you saw he was messing about on the layout a bit. Not that he did anything wrong, but you bump a car off rail, and oops, it ski snags. Yeah, Arty left there and he's back in South Carolina. Although he may also be in a detention center as well. Yeah, I clean now I will say this, my rolling stock is about 3 months overdue for a massive cleaning. All the wheels. My track got their spring cleaning, but they have not had their fall cleaning. And yes, we're a month into winter. I am due to do my major track cleaning. I do a little bit of track cleaning. I run my track cleaning cars once a month, but twice a year I scrub my rails. I have a couple of different things I use, but I scrub all my rails, and I haven't done that yet. And yes, it's time. But again, my dirty rails had nothing to do with the problems I'm having or had. The best thing about two rail is no ski. Well, Raymond, I would say that's the only advantage two rail has over three rail. But I don't care what you run. Have fun running it. Three rail has the ski, or Lionel and MTH and those guys had the little roller contact over the three rails in their levels. But I'm just not into the, there's too many people that want to say this is better than that. This company is better than that company. That company sucks. This company's better. It's like I posted my Märklin catalog. I'm not saying this is good or this is bad. I'm giving my first reactions. That looks cool. But immediately I got a bunch of people going, oh, ESU is better. ESU is better. Okay, so ESU is better. Go buy ESU. But I'm doing a Märklin catalog. Excuse me. And I don't think ESU is better. I think ESU charges a lot more money, and maybe you get equal for the money. But it's like Brawa. Brawa, beautiful detailed mode, very mechanically sound, but man, they are fragile. And I'm not going to apologize for liking my Märklin, but it's not like I'm somebody that thinks only Märklin's good enough. I've got Jägendorfer collection, Piko, Brawa, Roco. I just bought, and I'm running it now, the Sud Express 159, which is a gorgeous locomotive. I love it. I got the Modelbahn Union one because I buy the company that gets out what I want in three rail first. Now, when Piko announced they were releasing the ICE 4 and they got it out a year before Märklin got theirs out, I did hold off and decided I wanted to buy Märklin because I do prefer Märklin over Piko. Yeah, Josh, everybody has uncoupling issues. When you're doing a live for 3 hours, and again, most of the time, not even 80% of the time, but most of the time, 60, 70% of the time, I pick out the trains I'm going to run on Tuesday. The trains I'm going to run for my live stream on Friday, I try to pick them out Tuesday. And when my grandson goes home, I test them usually, but that's the problem. Sometimes I go, oh, I'm not feeling great today. I'll test the trains on Wednesday. And then all of a sudden something comes up on Wednesday and I didn't get the trains tested. But most times I test them on Tuesday or Wednesday. I run them 3-4 laps and I look for problems. Am I having uncoupling? And sometimes those problems won't develop until you're 20 minutes into the live stream, and then all of a sudden something's acting up. But on the flip side, when I'm doing that, it's the first time all 6 trains are run at the same time. I run each train separately when I test run them. But then, as you guys will hear me say on Fridays, I didn't get a chance to test run them because things came up through the week. And so, yeah, you can have uncoupling. The issue today was, first of all, the Märklin couplers are great. Now, Märklin has 2 types of couplers, and sometimes if you're using a Relux coupler to a close coupler, sometimes they can decide, especially in a place that might be a bump, because your track's never 100% smooth. Although with C-Track, yeah, hi, Simon. Yes, we've got Arty finished up my work on the Virgin, and the Virgin's running. The Virgin, by the way, this was a wonderful gift from Dave at Scott Rails. He gave me some beautiful French cars and a Virgin, and I'm just surprised that there was a Virgin in a box with a bunch of French guys, because usually if you have a beautiful Virgin and a bunch of French guys, it's not going to be a Virgin for long. But anyhow, Arty just picked up where I left off, and after we got the Power car working, he said, okay, now I'm going to work on the Virgin. I was like, oh, okay. And he just went where I was going next, which was to take it apart. The only thing is I was trying to read a little bit about these ring-filled motors. A motor's a motor, but I like to read up on them and see if there's a trick to them. But Arty just went beep, 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 beep. A lot of testing was involved. Oh, it's dead. This is still not working. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip out this piece and wire directly to here, and then bam, it's working. So we might have had a bad... the IR signal. They put that little, not IR, I forget what it's called. The little thing, the frequency thing that, like back in the day when you had broadcast TV, they put that on the motor so it didn't mess with your television signal. But since everything's cable now, they're kind of superfluous. And that seemed to be the problem. That seemed to be causing problems. Because as soon as Arty cut it out and set it aside, everything on the Virgin worked. Now, would I have thought to cut that off? Probably not. The suppression, that's what I'm thinking. Thank you, Tom Couples. Have I done a stock take? Well, we are assuming that Arty has absconded with a few things. And if you watched a video Arty posted right before my live stream, he apparently did sneak down here and steal some things, but that's okay. The authorities are on the case. Plus, we also set up some traps for Arty. So Arty may think he stole some things of mine, but he didn't. But yeah, now I did the Märklin one. I totally missed. But again, Arty was here. I totally missed that Piko already put out their new items catalog last week. I totally missed that. I saw the announcements for Märklin because I'm subscribed to Märklin's YouTube channel. So I saw their announcements. I am subscribed to Piko's YouTube channel, but I didn't see any announcements from Piko's YouTube channel. I'm not saying they didn't put them up. I'm just saying I missed them. So I will be doing that video tonight and getting it up this weekend. All right, Scott Wood, thank you for popping in. I'm sorry if I sounded grumpy, but a lot of problems here. And sometimes, the old adage, too many cooks, and I'm the only one in the kitchen. People got to trust me more. I do know how to find problems. And to be honest, that was the best thing about the Fowler car. First thing Arty did when he started messing with it was he was confirming everything I said. This part was probably bad. There was probably a short in here, and they were just all creating problems. So the big thing Arty did was he just traced it all the way back to some wiring in places I thought, well, that's good because I'm getting power. Like, yes, this motor seems to be working. Well, he just went inside and took my wires and said, oh, well, you know, this wire here, it's in there and it's making contact, but it's loose. Maybe that's part of the problem, why it's inconsistent, loose wire. Oh, okay, sure. Hey, Sir Steve of Worthington is here. Thank you for coming in. But as you can, yeah, it just, I am an investigator. So when I'm having problems, it's hard to sort the real problem or the consistent problem when other things were suddenly acting up. But you'll notice now we have not had, knock on wood, the freight train is not uncoupled. So whatever the little gremlin was, or maybe there was a little piece, and when I went over there and cleaned it, that stopped it from bouncing and creating the uncoupling. Now, the Czech Railjet, that was weird. It just, whoops, that's not the camera I wanted to go to. Not that camera. How about this camera? I like this view when you have a train in it. Just right now, no train in it. But we're about to have 3 trains in it. Maybe 4. There's 1. There's 2, 3. And way in the back, coming into view, is 4. And the Danish makes it 5. Hey, how about that? We had a multi-crossing there. Hey, Sir Richard Brown, welcome in. Great to see you here. You're back. Yeah. Well, I saw your video, Steve. I don't know if I commented on it where you talked about how you went, because you had asked me some questions before you went. I think that was you who asked me the questions. No, that was the other Steve PSAP. Sorry, I was confusing you with a different Steve. I do like this view. And this one. This one just doesn't grain out the way the other one did. Trainapalooza, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm waiting for Joyce to retire so we can travel at other times of the year besides June. Because we do travel in June because that's when we would be out of work. And Joyce wants to get the travel done early in the summer so she has the rest of the summer to psychologically prepare for the next school year. Yeah, I saw you guys in the UK and then over into Europe got dumped. I've got friends all over Germany. The dam remover guy, the beaver dam remover guy from Lithuania, they got dumped on with snow, and he had a picture of his little girl out there playing in the snow. What a cutie. You give up, but you got the grandsons coming. I've got just that one grandson. I'm kind of jealous of you, Greg. You've got 2 grandkids. Joyce definitely would like more. But what happens, happens. Joyce wanted to be a mom, and then once the kids grew up, she couldn't wait for grandbabies. Hey, is that Sir Mark from Langton Road? Awesome. Storm Goretti. Now, I know I just read that, but now jokes are coming in. Storm Goretti. Sounds like it should be a tough guy playing for the Philadelphia Flyers or the Toronto Maple Leafs. or even the Detroit Red Wings, which is our team. But we haven't really watched the Red Wings. This is how bad I am. I haven't watched the Red Wings, and I found out that Patrick Kane is playing for them because they announced he scored his 500th goal, because I don't think I've watched the Red Wings in a couple of years, because the channel we used to get to watch the Red Wings is no longer available. They're not available on YouTube TV. And we're not going to subscribe to get their games that way. Not a trace of snow for you. Named by the French Weather Service, Storm Goretti. Maybe he made a deal with you. All right. You don't want my snow? You don't get my snow. I will do you this one favor and not dump snow on you. But there shall come a time where I shall ask you to do a favor for me. I'm Goretti, Storm Goretti. You want my snow? You're going to have to pay. You don't want my snow? I affix you somehow. Hey, 4 inches of snow. Is that a complaint? I give you 4 inches of snow. You want 5, you pay for 5. You want less, you pay even more. What's the matter? You complaining for 4 inches of snow, huh? Maybe I give you 8 next time. Yeah, all our snow melted here from the storms we had the day Arty came in the next couple of days. Because we got up to 62 degrees Fahrenheit today. So that's what, about, I want to say that's 15 Celsius? Was 16 Celsius? Maybe 17. I'm losing my metric conversion abilities. No, the problem is I can't really do the Marlon Brando Godfather. I can do Italian gangster, stereotype of an Italian gangster. Except the guy I'm doing, it's not a stereotype. It's how he talked. But yeah, it was 60, but then the wind kicked in. I don't know what it is. I think it's something about Arty, because the day we had to pick up Arty from the airport, we had a bunch of snow and we had 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts. It was miserable. We were doing about 30 miles an hour on the highway because the snow was horizontal and heavy. And there were accidents everywhere. And then we had a couple of rough days of weather. And yeah, we had a lot of cold, but at least the snow and the rain were gone. And then today, we finally have a clear, sunny day, and the winds kick up again while I'm driving home after dropping Arty off. So I don't know. I don't know if it's something to say about Arty being very blustery or what. Now, the temperature has been falling all day from the high of 62 earlier. Let me see what it is now. So, yeah, we're at 44. Which is about what? 6 Celsius, somewhere in there. But yeah, we're going to start getting cold again, and eventually. Oh, Simon. Yeah, the little dude there. Unfortunately, I don't have any great way to do a close-up of that guy. I don't know which of my cameras gives you the best view of him. Definitely not that one. The Joyce view, maybe. But that is a Bavarian. It's called an EP36, EP3/6. It's a early electric locomotive. And I would not have bought that loco in a million years, but when it came as part of the collection of herbs that I bought, I fell in love with it. And the funny thing is, of all the stuff I got when I did all the videos of all the stuff I got when I bought Herb's collection, that was the one I had people really writing me and asking me would I be willing to sell it. I had a bunch of people. I've been looking for that bottle for years. Would you sell it? Would you sell it? And I'm like, I don't think so. It was cute. I fell in love with the stupid thing. It's not my era. It's not my style, but it was cute. It's like that ugly dog that you decide, it's not ugly, it's cute. Oh, you guys cooled off today. Well, that's good to hear, Greg. Let me see. What camera can I really get a good view on that little dude on? The Joyce view is not bad. 11 lane, you'll see it in the distance, but yeah, and then all those cars are from Roco, and they match it. Herb had bought these car sets to go with it. So it's a 1910, 1908, 1910 Bavarian thing. Now, the model itself is from the 1990s, but yeah, I got a lot of people, or late 90s, early 2000s, a lot of people were offering me money for that, or asking me how much money would I sell it for. Hello, folks. Well, hello, A Squirrel. Welcome in. Oh, yay. Joyce's Christmas presents finally arrived. Oh, Arty. Arty just messaged me. Arty, you have no idea. You have no idea, Arty. That's all I'm going to say. Arty just texted me about landing and made a couple of jokes, and I'm just like, you have no idea what's coming your way, Arty. Speaking of impressions, I just have to spend a week or two and try to see if I could come up with a decent Arty impersonation. Yeah, there's a lot of people. Yes, I agree. I have a lot of people who, beyond wanting to buy it, there are a lot of other people just, oh, I love that little thing. And yeah, I did too. As soon as I got it, was like, this thing is too cute. Going to get to 42 Celsius where you live? Yikes. All I will say is yikes. It's one of the reasons I couldn't live in Australia or the South or parts of the United States where it gets over 100 all the time through the summer. No, thank you. I need to live where it might get hot for a bit in the summer because I like to go swimming, but I also want snow in the winter. I'm one of those weirdo people. I love snow. Yeah, I know you don't live too far away from him. But yeah, Australia was beautiful. Joyce and I loved our 3 weeks down in Australia, and Arty was amazing. The things we saw, the beautiful places, they are etched in our memories and our hearts. It was just amazing, but we couldn't live there. Too hot, too rainy, and not enough snow in the winter. Our winter. I got to have a white Christmas. Good day. Where's my bloody Vegemite? Addy fatty here. I just have to listen to his voice for for about an hour straight, and then I could start getting the timbre and the tone of his voice, and then another couple of hours, and I'll get the little accents. It's the humidity that kills you. My wife will tell you, nope, it's the dew point. I'm dreaming of a sweaty Christmas. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Yeah, I have to throw in the cough too. But 4 years ago, I was telling people I'm not into steam locomotives. I think they're beautiful works of machinery. I appreciate that men and women made those by hand, the engineering, but I wasn't into them. Well, 21 Märklin steamers later, I can't say I'm not into steam locos anymore. I really can't. And I bought some cool looking steam locos too. And then I got, Dave from Scott Rails gave me those cool little French coaches, and I had to get a French loco to go with them. And man, that's a gorgeous French steamer that went with them. And of course, from Herb, I got that 241 high-speed passenger train French locomotive. That's gorgeous. It's never seen a caboose on the electric train. If the cab on the caboose on the very end, I see a caboose cab in the middle. Yeah, well, first of all, Josh, German trains do not do cabooses. And I always forget, but don't you call them brake vans in the UK? Basically, the equivalent of an American caboose is a brake van in the UK. I could be wrong. Yeah, Lee, your steam loco all the way. And Greg, what is snow? Come to America in January and I'll show you. Okay, so there I'm right. Yeah, so they are brake vans. Yay, yay me. So anyhow, but Germans don't do caboose, at least not anymore. They did have them. I've got, I guess, the equivalent of some, but it's hard to really call them even a brake van. It's just on some trains they had a little car at the end, and there's this little like shed that looks like an outhouse attached to the back of the wagon. I wonder where Joyce is. Joyce is back to work, so. Joyce had her first week back to work. She only had 4 days with students, but she had to work on Monday to get everything set for the students to come back. A very cramped shed. Yep. I know your might. What's my top 5 steam engines? I can't pick. All right. I could give you a list. I may not make it to top 5. Now, do you want individual locos or types of locos? Because even when I wasn't into steam locomotives, the Mallard, or the Mallard as we Americans say, the Mallard was my favorite steam loco. I loved its aerodynamic look. The fact that it was the fastest steam locomotive at one time, the history behind it, and it just looked cool for a steam locomotive because I do like streamlined locomotives. Obviously, the Flying Scotsman is famous, but when I look at a Flying Scotsman, I don't look at it and go, that is the sexiest steam locomotive I've ever seen. Now, my Class 01, my Class 01s, those are pretty cool. The problem is when it comes to my models, there's usually a very special story behind them, and it has nothing to do with the style of it. It's the story behind it. Like my Baden-Württemberger Class 18 in that bluish gray color. That's one of my favorites right now. That French Loco, the 231 I got in the 241. I love those. So they're currently my favorites. So it's hard to pick. As far as diesel locomotives, you know, I'm a modern era multiple unit. Like my favorite things are ICEs and Azumas, you know, those kind of things. GWR 800s, Transpennine or the Javelins, the 390s, and such. That's my favorite. Diesels. Okay. I don't have a favorite class of diesel. To me, a little bit about shape and design. Like for example, Class 37s. Class 37s can be really ugly, like a Cola's Class 37, where they've left the 3 different companies that owned it before they bought it. Those are ugly. But you put a DRS 37 out there, or the British flag Class 37, some of the other class, and they're gorgeous. So they got a livery, or they've got a shape that the livery can either be really beautiful or can look really ugly on them. Class 68s from the UK, I love. They just, whether it's a Transpennine or the various liveries of DRS or a couple of the other ones, Class 68s from the UK. In Germany, diesels, I mean, the 218 is a classic. I'm currently having a small love affair with the V200s, which is a predecessor in a way to the 218s. And then there's the ones that are diesel electric or electric diesel. The 159 that's running right now is one of my favorite locos that I own right now. It's gorgeous. It runs great. It's really cool. It's a 2159, or in Germany, it's known as the BR159, and I love it. Check NCB Type 12. SNCB Type 12. Favorite American streamline steamer? I don't have one. I don't have a favorite American train except an Amtrak Charger or an Amtrak ACee. The only American loco I could tell you that it's like, I'm not even big into the big boy. It's just, it's such an iconic locomotive. It's cool. It's a monster. So its size gets to you. But I don't know my American locomotives. I know diesels. I don't know diesel or steamers. I know F7s, F9s, and I've been educated on ES44s, or, you know, the variations of the 44. And poor Randall Ellison keeps trying to educate me on them. And if he doesn't keep it up, I forget the lessons. The Class 158s, they look nice. Yeah. Dreyfus Hudson. Well, I think I got you one of those. Got one for you, didn't I, Andy? Where you bought it and I shipped it to you. And yeah, it's a gorgeous loco for sure. I don't know my American. I know liveries like the New York Central with the black cars with the silver stripe. I love those. If I could get a New York Central, and I had a chance to buy a set of 8 cars for $110 about 4 years ago at the Toledo Train Show. I love them. And Joyce is like, what do you need those for? but they're cool looking, honey. And it's only 110 for 8 cars. That's a great deal. That's not even $15 a car. Uh-oh. We're freezing up. What's going on there? I don't know any of my American locos, really. I'm trying. I know the F7s and the F9s, okay? I know F7s and F9s because the very first model train set I had, and the only one I had before I was in my 50s, was the famous, it was a Tyco, I think it was an F7 Santa Fe Super Chief with the war bonnet. But I rarely played with it. Yeah, tell me about it, Simon. And they were gorgeous, too. They were gorgeous. And I got talked out of them. And hello again, Stormy Skies. Great to have you here. So I don't know my American locos, and I'm not a rail fanner. I mean, I'm into model trains because I fell in love with trains by traveling on them. That's the connection. And when I started this collection, when I started this hobby in 2016, it was that I was trying to recreate the views I had riding on trains and just see the trains I had seen. Now, obviously, I've expanded my interest, you know, I won't say change, but they do change. They expand. In the end, I still come down to the modern stuff. I prefer modern stuff over old, but I've definitely learned to appreciate old more. So in the UK, now granted, for example, I wouldn't have cared much. Like there's a lot of Deltics out there that I think are ugly. But then I went to the York National Railway Museum 3.5 years ago, and I saw a Deltic up close, and that was really cool. From that time on, the green with a little bit of white trim and the yellow roof, that was cool. I thought, wow, the Deltics look cool. But as far as British locomotives go, a couple of classic steamers. Otherwise, you know, I don't know my merchant class from my coronation class. With the UK, it's trains. I don't know what locomotives they have pulling them. Oh, another UK train, the Class 43s. I love my Class 43s. Hark! I hear the wifey poo. Well, I think 37s have a classic sound as well. But yeah, the Deltics, the 37s. But I love trains like the Blue Pullman and the Coronation Blue, whatever it was called, the Coronation. So the Blue Pullmans and the Coronation or whatever it was. You know, Hornby or somebody just released a gorgeous Coronation set. That was a gorgeous train. There was no mistaking that.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, I know. I had job.
First hour was hell.
Yeah, I got that. I'm so sorry.
And the problem is I was having one problem and I couldn't sort it out because, this one train wants to keep uncoupling. Oh, God, but it uncoupled in different places all the time.
All right. So, hi there, Alan Bill. Thank you for that greeting. Hi, Tom. Hi, you digger.
Let's get Joyce on cam.
How was my day? You know, the week was about 9 days long this week. So, hi, Tom. Those kids.
The Beatles do 8 days a week. Her week was.
Yeah. Kids were well rested, and boy, did it show. So, hey, Chris. Andy, how you doing, bear guy? Hi, Greg. Hi, Raymond. Hello, Simon. Hi, Kieran. You better believe I need a rest. Hi there, Dino. Hey, Stormy Sky. Whichever one you are, or all of you.
I think it's Steve.
It's Steve. So, hey, Steve.
But
hi,
everything's
Josh
been
Cannon.
running smooth for the last hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, I'm good. Well,
last hour and 20 minutes.
When I first tuned in, it wasn't.
No, it was going to help, but I was trying to sort one problem and would get another one.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, golly.
But yeah, and the problem is the guy that was causing the most aggravating problem, where I kept thinking it was something else, because I'm watching them and going, wait, whenever it's over there, was this guy.
Oh.
This little guy on the inner lane there.
Yeah,
he was hitting the turnout and he kept bouncing over it and sparking. And that's just it. I would see it go over and nothing would happen.
Right.
I'm like, okay, it can't be him. But then I kept watching him bounce and he would even spark. And I started noticing that he wasn't slowing down every time he went.
Truck driver.
I wasn't having the slow down every time he went over it, but every time we had a slow down, he was going over it.
Yeah.
And I was seeing the spark and bouncing, so I don't know what was up with him. So I got there. Well, you know.
The 3 R's are be respectful, responsible, and ready, which has been probably last 20 years.
So it's kind of redundant if one of the R's is ready.
3R ready.
I'm 3R ready.
I don't know. What does it say in the back?
Responsible, ready, respectful.
Yeah, so I'm ready to be
like the kids.
those 3 things.
Yeah,
well, I've gone through my t-shirts. So.
And then I had the weird thing where the Roco.
Like the right weight for today.
The Roco Czech Railjet. After I got everything fixed and everything's running smooth.
Have I cleaned up all the fur from Arty's molting?
No comment.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how to answer that. So we are going to clean again.
Although I will say Arty threw away a big bag, so it might have been all his.
Yeah, he maybe got a lot of his stuff.
Collecting it out of the shower.
Yeah, could be. So hi there, Randall.
Hey, speak of the devil, there's Sir Randall of Ellison.
So anyway, yeah.
No, Joyce wouldn't have had a chance to clean up after Arty yet. She's been working, and she just got home from work.
Yeah. I will.
This is why those of you come in on Friday and you go, oh, you look so relaxed on TV. You look stressed. Yeah. She just got done with a week of work.
Yeah.
It's not like she sits upstairs and relaxes for a bit.
No,
See, if you go back to last week's live stream where she was off work,
I was more relaxed. Yeah,
she was more relaxed.
Although,
but then we had Arty. You were competing for space.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, the students bring a late Christmas gift. I think you don't know.
Yes, I just got notified that your Christmas gifts have arrived.
Hurrah! To go out and get them, huh? Okay, good. I'm glad.
Oh, you didn't see him coming up?
No, I just went straight kitchen down.
Okay.
Living room.
Well, I thought you were usually pretty good about as you're walking home, looking at the porch to see if there's anything
I usually do. Actually, I went around.
Oh.
Like, what was that green thing in the back? It was a bag.
Oh, okay.
So, no, I didn't actually go in the front. It's kind of questionable at this point. I just did not have a lot of patience today. I thought, oh, good God, maybe I need to hang it up. But then when I went to lunch, everybody was saying the exact same thing.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't you.
Apparently, it wasn't just me. So maybe
it comes down.
I feel a lymph node, so I don't know if I'm getting sick.
We got to keep it level and not talk much beyond it. But
yeah,
all the school districts in this country are having massive budget cuts because we no longer have a Department of Education that's going to fund them.
Yep. The state has a lot of money.
And the states don't have a lot of money.
I don't know what tomorrow's looking at, but it has to be a March decision.
So if they're going to start doing...
I'd like to go to another year, so...
She's due for a big pay raise next year. That's not coming.
I know. Well, they are negotiating that.
They're negotiating
because it's a contract. It would be a breach of contract.
Right.
So are they going to lay out another contract, or if they have
they'll go around that. They'll say, fine, if you guys take the raise, we're closing 6 schools.
I think they already did cut 6 schools.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, we're shrinking, but there's school choice, and so kids can go almost anywhere. It's not good for them when we get them from other schools.
So basically, if they take a pay cut, she's out this year. Otherwise, she'll try to go next year.
That's right. Yeah, the only way I'll leave is if there's a pay cut coming up.
Well, hi, Greg for Great Northern. Yeah, the problem is we'll immediately get into politics, and that will offend people. But some people don't have a grasp of the real reality. But
yeah, I hear you. So, but I really just want to stay and just accumulate more sick days, so I get more money that way.
Oh yeah. Arty got kicked out after that pineapple pizza bit. Yeah. No, we actually took him to pizza, and he turned around and ordered it with pineapple.
He did. Yeah.
But didn't they say they were out of pineapple?
They maybe did. Yeah.
Yeah, there was something. He ordered something on it. Oh no, they had the pineapple. They didn't have the anchovies.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they didn't have anchovies for his pizza.
They were out of something. Yeah. Oh, you just got back from a job interview. You're looking to change? Well, good luck, Randall. I hope you get whatever you were looking for. I know you were a little stressed with what you were doing, so hopefully it's better for you.
Oh, stressful, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. All the traveling you had to do. So we wish you the absolute best, Randall.
As we always do.
Yeah, and everybody else in here. You guys are all really good friends with us, so that's great. We appreciate how much you've been coming in and supporting us, so that's awesome.
Consider yourself part of the family.
Yeah, that's about it, yeah.
Although, Arty the first friend of ours to actually stay with us? I mean, Dean and John never stayed with us.
No, they never did. Yeah, I think so. They haven't really had anybody else here.
Yeah, Chris, Mark, crippled Mark never stayed here. I mean, we've had plenty of people to the house, but I think Arty.
Yeah, we've had people to the house, but he's the first one to stay.
Arty was really our first adult friend to stay with us. Now we've had our kids' friends stay here and live with us when
we wish you the best.
They were having trouble. Our kids would have friends live with us when they were having troubles at home, and we would give them a place to stay. But yeah, we've never had any of our adult friends stay even overnight at our house.
Yeah, even though we understand why you can't come to America right now. If you do, we do have a room for you. So absolutely any of you are welcome.
But one at a time. We only have one room.
Well, it is one room unless you're bringing a spouse.
Joyce's bed and breakfast, literally.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, bed and breakfast.
We have a bed and you get your breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah, you can think of it that way.
The problem is if somebody comes and stays with us like Arty, I just learned a horrible lesson about Joyce.
What?
We've got to have a good full meal every night.
That's right. Well, that's how you treat
I have been
guests.
trying to cut down, and oh my God,
okay.
Arty, we go out to lunch or we do lunch, and then you come home, or honey, you're cooking this, or honey, I'm cooking that.
You cooked over the weekend. I cooked all week.
Yes, you did. I made my special meals, and then you set the menu. I'm like, fine. Although I helped make the meatloaf.
Yeah, you did. Oh, hi, Lee.
But we made a boring meatloaf.
Well, it was all right. I think he liked it.
Because I'm a boring eater, so
Yeah.
I mean, I think my lasagna is very good, and I think my veal Swiss is excellent.
I think so too.
But if you want certain really heavy things in your lasagna, I ask you what do you want, I give it to you separately.
It's dead at work, and they're talking about laying off 70% of the crews at Fair. Okay. Huh. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing, and I hope a lot of people are learning from it. I won't say anything more.
17%.
Yeah.
Not 70.
No, I got 17.
Oh, it sounded like you said 70.
Did I say 70? No, I saw the 17%. I saw that.
I heard 70.
But that's still a lot of people.
That's still a big, that's almost 1/5.
Yeah.
It's about 1/6.
But it's also a hard time to get a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a sizable hunk of the cruise. Yeah. So, yeah, we sure hope so. I should work at a Subway or something like that.
So,
Yeah, we got silent.
You're going, well, I was about to say something, and then I was debating the way to word it, and then I was just watching you go.
Yeah, I can fall asleep.
They've already laid people up at Springfield.
Okay.
Time couple. She said 17. I didn't say she did. I said I heard 70.
Yeah, it's okay.
I heard.
All right. I don't know.
Doesn't mean that's what she said.
Yeah,
we've been married a long time, so sometimes I say something, she hears something else. She says something, I hear something
that's happened before. Yeah, you must hear.
Except that whispered thing you don't want them to hear, and they hear that just fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, it's not good.
Anthony, take the trash out. Nagging old goat. Did you just call me nagging old goat?
No, of course not.
No, dear. I said, I wish we had a boat.
February the 14th, Depot, Illinois, close to where I live in Winchester, Illinois. Okay, that sounds fun.
Yep, there's only one train show in
Before the
Toledo,
push,
and it's in
yeah.
March. It's the second Sunday of
Yeah,
March.
Anthony always live feeds, and then
I
goes
always
the
live
rest of
stream
us
from
there.
that one.
I just hang out with Rick and Lisa.
When they come, yeah.
Yeah, Rick has been there. Lisa hasn't. Didn't come to the last one. She's been the ones before that.
I just want to go to the Toledo train show and have somebody go, hey, you're the model train outsider. Somebody I don't know.
you're
Sort of like
right.
I just want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Now,
I hear
it
you.
was kind of cool. I did get recognized at Hornby's by a guy I didn't know,
Right.
but he works there. And I'd
Yeah.
probably seen him there before. But when I walked in, he looked at me and go, hey, you're the guy that did the video about us. Yep, that was me.
Oh,
Well,
that's
the one
very
thing I
cool.
got from your message, the one thing we took away from your video is that we need a online store.
Yeah.
I said, that is not the only message you should have taken away from that.
You
You were talking about how cool a
had
shop you
your
were and how great you
enthusiasm
guys
and everything
people are.
else. I'm curious if it brought them any more.
I was hoping
people
we
in.
get a little more business because I know a few
Yeah.
people have said, oh, yeah, I haven't been there in a long time. I think I'll go up there.
Yeah, so there you go. You manage for now. At least
If
you're
someone
not
nags, it means they
jobless.
care. It's what they care about. If they
Stop
nag you
nagging.
about eating healthy, it's because they care about you. If they nag you to take the garbage out all the time, it's because they care about the garbage, not you.
Well, I care about the house.
Yeah, but that's still not including the person.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little ice cream left. I thought that could be dinner.
Sounds like a plan. You forgot to underdap me?
I underdapped you.
All right, try it again. Bing, bing, bing. Oh my God, she is so square.
I'm so square.
Your
Ah.
grandson would know to do that with me. In fact, he even knows the next step.
Yeah.
Close. It's like this. Boom, boom, boom. No, it blows up.
Yeah.
Jean Ricard must have been at work today.
Yeah, he could be, or he just fell asleep.
Or he fell asleep, but he would have come in. But I never saw him on
Yeah,
today.
he's likely to.
What? Who, what, where, when, why, how?
Yeah,
But
not
the
bad.
Virgin's running.
Right.
But of course, with Arty, the
That's
Virgin
awesome.
had to run.
Oh, hey, yeah. Wasn't a nice environment. Yeah.
Well, I do it too. It just, I don't necessarily want to do it now. And she wants it done 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Now he's just being silly. I'm pretty supportive.
You're very supportive.
Yeah.
I try to be very supportive
Yeah, I gave up
myself.
my planning time. for
I
the
try to
day.
be, yes, you did. You called me while I was driving alone on the road, listened to me terrorize over the wind, trying to blow me off the road.
Mm.
Ah, that truck's going to tip over. Goodbye, honey. I love you.
Yikes.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That's not what I want to hear.
Well, that truck almost jackknifed in front of me. He started to
Ah.
change lanes, and that wind
No,
blew
not
him.
rolling
And
stock. No,
front
it's a school
wagon
thing.
went like that, and the back wagon went,
3R ready is ready, responsible, and respectful.
hello, Bob.
I think we just decided leftover ice cream.
Yeah,
about
it's
all
not
we
the
got
old
in
3
us.
R's that we learned as kids, reading, writing, arithmetic, which
Yeah.
probably is why so many generations of Americans were ignorant. Because that's not 3 R's. Read, write, and arithmetic. It's 1 R, 1 W, and
Oh,
1 A.
ouch. How the heck did he do that? That's awful, Greg. 3-year-old broke
Oh,
his leg.
yikes. Oh.
Yeah. Poor kid. Reading, written, writing, and arithmetic. Yeah. Yep. Well, we keep adding new programs, and the kids aren't getting any smarter.
You
So
heard it, Thomas. Fist pump.
it isn't there.
Ready? What is it? Exactly. The order. See, it should be
You want me
responsible.
to turn down? Turn
Respo-
backwards?
No, I'm trying to. Responsible, ready, and respectful. Responsible, ready, and respectful.
He says we should be ready, respectful, and responsible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fell off the trampoline.
And restrain.
Oh.
That, get rid of and restrain. It should be 4
I'll
R's.
tell you, the medical profession does not like trampolines.
Yep.
So poor kid. Hope that heals real fast. They had to reset it
poor little
twice.
guy.
Ouch.
Yeah, our grandson's always trying to break a body part, but he hasn't
He's
succeeded
trying,
yet.
but
Hopefully
yeah.
he won't.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyan came in at the beginning of the live stream.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Wow. Is he home early?
Apparently, it was 3 o'clock, so they
Well,
might have
it's
picked him up and just
2:30.
gotten in the
Yeah,
house
so they didn't
because
go.
it was about 3
They
o'clock or
usually go
so.
shopping
Yeah.
and stuff, but
Lynn came in
doing
and
okay,
said,
good.
Kyan wants to say hello, Opa.
okay.
He didn't wait for his Oma.
You didn't wait for Oma. That's all right.
You don't play superheroes with them.
That's true.
You got to get in on that more. Even Arty got down on the floor and played superheroes and Paw Patrol and wrestled with them.
Did it stop for a reason?
Uh-oh. Did it uncouple again? Yep.
Yikes. At least it's close.
No, wrong one. Come back. Come back.
Oh, did it take off
Yeah, just
without it?
random uncoupling, I tell you.
What is it? How
Get
far,
over here.
how far did it get without its cars?
They're right in front of you. That's why you said
Yeah.
why they stopped.
Yeah. I'd say, how far did it get? from its
Crazy,
cars?
man. All right. Well, I went an hour and a half without something going
Yeah.
haywire. Well, what is it up with the Czech?
Yeah, Tom, I really do.
What's going on with the Czech Republic today, man? Come
I don't know.
on.
You might want to check the news or something. What's going on with Czech Republic?
Yeah, why you guys being all sort of difficult, man? Might have to start doing the hot stuff. Righteous out of sighteous, man. Why you gotta be so aggro and negative, man? Yeah, I'm hoping to do some writing on that this weekend.
Good.
And start getting the Matt Clark episodes back out. I just gotta it's getting them. It's getting all the stuff I wanted to get done in England, and then getting them over to. Once I get into France, I've got it good to go. Although I'm still not 100% sure how I want to end it. There are so many choices. Oh dear, we awakened them. I am in the background all the show. In the background all show. You've been in the background.
Oh, hi, John.
So he's been a lurking Viking or a lurking Frenchman. Which one's creepier?
You're Googling what I told you to Google.
Stay off the news for a little while.
Yeah. So, hi, John. Hope you're well, hon.
I thought it might do that.
It's a.
Oh, I stopped the train for a second.
Okay. Give you guys some Daisy. If you haven't hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like button.
Took you a little bit longer to get into that, Daisy. You started off with a little.
I got there.
Yes, you did get there. Indeed, you did. Indubitably.
Yep.
Been a crazy show, man.
Southern accent gets them every time. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be more Western, but
I got a few songs I want to finish up.
oh my.
Yeah, and
We need to
but
get
I
Matt
really want to
Clark
get. I
done.
got to get Matt
Yeah.
Clark done, and then we'll work on the songs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I've also got all this stuff I want to do now. Yeah, and by the way, the Fowler car is only temporarily on hold because I'm waiting for a couple of things to come in.
We're always waiting for something coming.
Well, yeah, but this is different because we're done. We got what is it? Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3. So there are 6 elements to it. You have the turnout to go into the bus lane, the turnout to go into the bus stop, and then you have the stop motor that makes the bus stop.
Indeed.
Now, on one side, all 3 are working perfectly. On the other side, the turnout to go into the bus station is working. The turnout to go into the bus stop is working, but the stop motor is not working. And we've determined that stop motor is dead, so I've ordered a new stop motor. Now, the other big change is that I had started installing guide wire, Fowler guide wire, since I had a bunch of it left over, and I was going to create the outer loop of traffic and have some Fowler cars and trucks that could go around that as I collect them. But when we put the road tape over it, I must have made the groove a little too deep, even though say you can go about 2 millimeters deep, but the cars would not read the little wire. So I ordered some more Wiesmann. This is why it's a hybrid, because I don't trust the Fowler car wire,
Right.
although plenty of people make the wire work. I just always apparently make the groove too deep unless it's embedded in the wood things. Speaking of which, I gave Arty all.
Yeah, Bohemia. Anthony has a rail jet.
Yes.
I think you have a night jet, don't you?
Hey, Bohemia, I have the Austrian railjet, the Czech railjet, and a night jet.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
only
We
thing I
all
don't
got
have is a
cars.
city jet or the new Regio jet, which I also would
Oh,
like.
good for you, Canadian Logistics. That's
Finally going home. Yeah,
What's his name?
that's Darren.
Darren. That's right.
Right.
All right, Rulin' Blue. Good night.
Yeah, I saw you added some new characters. The problem is you're creating descendants of characters that may not have had descendants.
Yeah, well, yeah, consider.
I gave you permission to run with it. The problem is I have plot lines with these characters where and unrevealed surprises with some of these characters where they might not have had descendants.
Bob asked you what your plans for 2026 were with your layout. Obviously,
My
the Fowler-
plans? I never have plans. I do whatever just comes,
What he
which
gets
is why
to.
my layout didn't change for about 4 years
So
until I
the-
really did a bunch of stuff.
the Fowler car is one thing. It's definitely on the plans this year.
What's going to happen is we may see, it's likely not, but there's a possibility we may see the most drastic change in a 1 year time period because I finally have the Fowler car system where I want it.
Mhm.
And also where if it's not going to work the way I want it to, even though right now we have it doing that, Plan B is already installed. Plan B is already installed. So we're good. So the big thing is, first of all, I need to do the outer traffic row so that I've got the 2 lanes of traffic flowing. And then I put the road tape over that so that it looks like road. And then I will put all the scenery, the concrete scenery in, and the little concrete bush boxes, little planters.
Right.
That, they're about.
Yes, Bob cars. Yeah. Automobiles.
So, well, actually buses, but I do have cars and a truck, and I plan on picking up more once I get this working. I also will be converting, so I'll have 2 buses running at the
Simon
same
asked,
time.
you're still planning to add the extra track on the outer loop. You were planning on adding extra track on the outer loop?
Yeah, I'm going to have 2 loops going.
How?
Oh, of the Fowler car. Are you talking where I was talking about creating an additional parking area? That one is still a maybe. You know how I've got like over there where it branches off, it goes in that parking area?
Right.
I've got this long area over here, and I was thinking I could get 1 or 2 trains over there if I just put a little thing down here, a little branch off, and then I could just run, because there's that much of a gap between the wall and the table.
Oh, all right.
And I could
guess
probably
didn't know
put
you
2
had that
rows
much.
in there. Oh, I've been thinking of it for a while. In fact, you were one who suggested.
Okay. It's just been a while.
Yeah, so yeah, that is definitely in the maybe. But right now I'm so focused on, because once I get the Fowler car area and that's set up in front of the station, then it's Delmenhorst. It is time to get Delmenhorst in Delmenhorst shape.
Yeah, we had about 7 hours of a fairly intense wind here. There's a lot of branches down on the road, and they made an announcement that there were power lines down on a Rono, so the kids walking that way go way around it. And
Yeah.
I reinforced that with my own students.
Yeah, we had
That is very
flickering, so I
dangerous.
wondered if somebody's lights went out.
Well, that's far enough away. It's not wouldn't necessarily be us.
So the extra row. So yeah,
It's not far,
so you were
but
talking
it's
the extra
far
railway
enough away
track.
for wires.
So yeah, so that is definitely still in the possibilities. It will never be completely ruled out.
Oh,
So yeah, that will be the big thing. And then once I've got because I'll be taking all these buildings off and doing a rough drawing of where I want the roads to be, because I've already got the roads. I've got the brick roads that run the 2 main streets that go to the train station from the center of Delmenhorst. It's just, I got to plot out where am I going to put Langestrasse and then Bahnhofstrasse and Schulestrasse. And how I'm going to arrange it and how much of the market square am I going to add. Right, yeah. Well, that's the big difference between the Biesman car system and the Fowler car system. Is the Fowler car system for traffic flow, realistic traffic flow, it's controlled by those motors. The Biesman cars have the read sensors in the car, so they read the other vehicles. But that's why they're double the price of the Fowler cars. So, yeah, I will look at getting some Biesman cars as well. But Fowler has you put the magnet on the car and the read sensor in the traffic flow. Biesman, the read sensors in the car and the magnets are what you install on the road. So if you put the magnets in the right place, you can make the car stop. You can put magnets in a certain place. So yes, this is why this is a hybrid. I am going to be mixing Biesman and Fowler tech and have them both working together. 50-mile-per-hour winds are common on the prairie. Yeah, but
I'll buy that, but yeah.
not in Toledo.
No.
Occasionally, but
I mean, we get
and usually
we
in
get
summer.
winds. We get no
more often in summer than winter.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
Well, I don't care.
Yeah, we get windstorms. I actually think they're more common in the fall and spring.
Oh, we get windstorms, but where we get the 50-mile-an-hour heavy duty 50, 60-mile-an-hour gusts, that's usually when we would get the big thunderstorms.
That's when you have
The ones where Monroe or
your high pressure,
Harrisburg
low
is
pressure
getting
are close.
tornadoes.
Yeah.
We're just getting the side winds.
Yeah, the whole idea, Bob, is just to get it to work.
It's weather, Chuck, but not as we know it, but not as we know it, but not as we know it. It's weather, Chuck, but not as we know it, but not as we know it, Chuck. It's not more complicated. It's you can combine the two. The hybrid is that I'm using certain elements of the Biesman car motion system instead of the Fowler car system. And I have a bunch of Fowler car motors for creating turnouts and that, but I can mix that with Biesman cars. And now Biesman has made their own motors just like the Fowler car system. So I'm just going with what's cheapest. you know, if you watch my videos, you think it's a complicated system, but in the end, the Fowler car system, the basic one, is very simple. It's a wire that you embed however you want to embed it. Like their usual way with just the wire is you lay out your mastic that you're going to make your road with, and then you embed the wire and you put about 1 millimeter of mastic over it. And then the car has a motor. You know, the car has a little motor in it and a little guide rail, like a third rail. There's a little magnet on this. You can see, you might be able to see the little magnet on the tongue there, on the little, and that follows the wire. So you just turn the car on and it follows the wire. And you can design your road any way you want. It's real easy. But Fowler makes levels to make your layout make your traffic flow more realistic, where you can have stop signs and traffic moving and going.
Yes, if that was a Suit Express on your container.
Yes, that is the Suit Express 159. Okay. It's a gorgeous one.
Yeah, Visa follows the wire too.
Yeah, Weissman follows a...
Weissman, sorry.
Yeah, Wiesmann. I'm sorry. Yeah, Wiesmann. Wiesmann follows a magnetic tape. It's not a wire. It's technically a magnetic tape. It's thicker and wider than the wire, which is why it's an upgrade. Because all Wiesmann did was take some of the inherent problems of Fowler and say, how can we fix that? Well, instead of a little narrow wire, let's make it a wider tape. Let's make it a little thicker.
Yeah, it is a good puller. It is no problem hauling all those trains up the hill.
Well, I've got the Bohemia. I've got the Märklin V320, and that's about as strong a puller as I have. But yes, I do love the Suit Express.
Clears it well.
I have loved it since I got it a couple of weeks ago. Well, about a month ago. But the thing is, it's, you know, you got Magna Rail, you got Wiesmann, you got Car Motion. Uhlenbrock did a car system for a while. There's a couple other companies that, what the Japanese company, Tomiko, not Kato. I think it's Tomiko.
Okay.
They have a car system, which kind of is a ripoff of the Fowler car system, but we won't go into that.
Well, yeah, they do.
Well, Raymond, the thing is the tape is thick. So you either have to bring your level up to the level of tape.
We'll be right back.
Okay. You either bring your tape up to the level of, or your entire layout up, or you have to kind of router or dig it down low enough for the tape to fit in, because the tape, you can get it 3 millimeters thick or 5 millimeters thick. But yes, I prefer the tape over the wire because it's stronger and it gives you a wider room for the car, wider air, okay, margin of air, and so so that's why I'm doing the hybrid. But in general, you could do a coat hanger. You can take a coat hanger, as long as it's a magnetic metal, you can do a coat hanger or somebody else's metal tape. You can take any sort of thin metal tape. I've got a big spool of it right here. This is metal tape. Now it's thick metal tape. And I was going to cut this into strips. And it's got a cover on the top and a cover on the back. But you stick this on, and then this is just that much wider. So you can get, for Wiesmann or Fowler, you can get magnetic tape, or not magnetic, metal tape like this. And as long as it's ferrous where you can adhere a magnet to it, it will work. And design your own. You don't have to buy their stuff. You have to buy their cars unless you're a really good tinkerer and can motorize your own cars and do the ski. Now you can also get remote control, HO scale remote control cars, but you have to then control them. And then, of course, there's Magna Rail, which in the long run is the cheapest way to do it, but probably the most involved to start with. But once you build the basic Magna Rail, you don't have to buy special cars. You can you can do whatever you can do whatever kind of car you want with the Magna Rail. But Magna Rail has the least, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Least realistic traffic flow. Doesn't mean you can't have some really cool looking things, but you can also use any car. So it's cheaper in the long run. The start sets are the same price, and you have to build that chain drive system, which is the most involved. But once you do that, any car that's got a rolling axle, and even if they don't have a rolling axle, you can use. Yes, this is the problem. You take this out, and then all of a sudden it says. That's true, Raymond. I forgot the Noke N scale one, but they had trouble making it work in HO scale for whatever reason. And they just couldn't get into the market. Fowler just dominated too much. That's why it's interesting that Wiesmann has gotten so aggressive to challenge Fowler's system, because basically they watched Fowler, they listened to the what little complaints there were about the Fowler car system, and said, we got ideas. But both Wiesmann and Fowler, both their car systems, every time you buy one of their car systems, you're giving Miniature Wonderland a little money. Because Miniature Wonderland brought in the Fowler car system, and they said, well, this is nice, but we want to do more. And they began designing things, and then they sold it back to Fowler.
Good night, Lee.
All right, good night, Lee. Yeah. Scott Rails made his own 3D printed version of the Magna Rail.
Yeah.
So yeah, any of these you can do yourself. It's just the cars. But with Magna Rail, you can 3D print it for a lot less, and then you just pop the magnets in. There are people who sell the blueprints to it. Although I suspect some of them will get sued by Magna Rail, because some of their sites do disappear. Because the people put stuff on Thingiverse, they're not necessarily paying people copyrights.
Right.
So yeah, you can 3D print your own, and then you just get the little metal hoops that will guide the car. But yeah, but it is a little more involved work to install it.
Airport security didn't find that funny. He forgot he had it.
What's that?
Bob. He once forgot he had a roll of metal tape in his kit.
Oh, okay. So, there's just
it's complicated.
There's a lot of ways to do it, but they're easy. It's not that hard. That was the problem. Was I was trying to make my Fowler car system. Again, people don't understand. I had my Fowler car system working completely for about 2 months.
It worked
and then I decided, I want to make it all digital, where I can control it from my computer.
Right.
And
that's when he said
Fowler sells a digital system to do exactly that, where every car has an infrared read to it, and you have to mount these infrared. And you have a spare $1,000 plus all the cars.
Yeah, exactly.
You mount these infrared sensors, which is what Miniature Wonderland does with a lot of their moving
Anthony
cars.
always says those $1,000 would be better spent on trains than something like that.
Right. But then the cars will do that. But again, the Wiesmann car motion definitely has a lot of advantages, but it's also more expensive.
Right.
Again, the more you want it to do, the more expensive it gets.
Yeah, for sure.
So you have Fowler basic system, Fowler road track system, which is what I had the first time.
Hornby had a car system in the 20s, or 60s. You went too far ahead or too far back.
Magna Rail is very hard and frustrating. Well, in N scale, I could maybe see that.
For sure.
Because it'd be more fragile.
Yeah.
Well, it is that time. It's been a crazy stream, but overall, the last 2 hours, for the most part, other than the Czech Railjet uncoupling, including the coupler coming undone. But
good night, Karen.
But the problem is, I really need to go through and clean these tracks with all the work we did.
Sure.
But that wasn't causing a problem. In the end, we whatever was causing the other cars to uncouple.
Mm-hmm.
I had the freight car kept on
Oops.
coupling in
Oh.
different places. It was really weird. But
Turn my phone
bing,
down,
bing,
and I
bing,
just
bing,
turned it
bing. Bing, 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 bing.
off.
Oh, golly.
Oh golly.
Oh, golly.
Just trying to breathe.
All that. All right, well, let's go to the main screen. You don't have to run out, people.
All right, Bob. It's all good. Yeah, we're leaving.
Oh, we're getting ready to, but
Yeah, thanks.
people run out like the waiters are bringing checks. Yeah.
That's right.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us on another Friday. Yeah, it was a little weird trying to chase down what the real gremlin was, but I found it. And the last 2 hours were
finally.
smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. I know how to figure this out. You gotta remember, very few of you guys are 3-rail, and very few of you have
Quite the same system.
what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
So you gotta trust the mad scientist. I'll find the problem. When people are like, well, when a car uncouples consistently, that probably means the couplers are bad and you'll want to switch them. Yeah, I know this. Been doing this hobby for a while.
Yeah. He's not a newbie anymore.
I do know how to check things.
Right.
So I do get a little gruff when people start.
I know.
Yeah.
Giving you too many suggestions.
Indeed.
Mhm.
So anyhow, on that note, thanks everybody for coming. We'll be here same bat time, same bat channel.
Next week, yeah.
We don't know if Arty will be. So take care. Good night. And you all have a great weekend. Until next time, we're going to say Auf Wiedersehen
Choose.
and happy trains and Fowler cars.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you.